Why you have a video calling? You pray 5 times a day. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. While Jesus Christ said, I am your صراط المستقيم.
This is what it says.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Enter ye in a straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leads to destruction, and many say which way is the because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which will enter life, and narrow is the way in the and the program is just the Fatiha. Why do you say غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين? Why do you swear? Why do you get angry with the but Jesus Christ said when you pray like this. Father, Jesus, Lord, Jesus, be merciful to me, not غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين, but be merciful to me. Which one you go away with makes sense? The prayer of our Lord Jesus Christ, but the prayer of Muhammad doesn't make any sense because I used to say غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. سورة النساء آية 34. سورة النساء my sister. سورة النساء آية 34. When you go home, read it for yourself without your husband.
The ancient he's got here. You don't get that one.
Where's your Jesus now?
This guy right here, he's the new believer. Thank you very much. A Muslim friend even correctly the pro and mutakabbir means the arrogant one.
I don't see it.
You are Allah is arrogant. Al-mutakabbir. And I went in a mosque in my country praying on Jumu'ah on Friday. And the Imam said, we are proud that Allah is al-mutakabbir. You know, listen to
Like the, you know, the Queen.
Finally! He's here.
you get upset. So we do it.
This is only the first. I believe the next one will be a financial crisis with either Spain, Italy or Portugal going bust. That will bring the euro down, which will put us into a 1930s depression. So at the end of the day, this is just the first of a series of woes. Normally the first 2 or 3 the country has enough capital in it in terms of money and resources to deal with. But as each one comes, we use them up. We have broken our financial system. If we get any other earthquake in that area, we will go bust. That's what we just wasted all our money on for the last 2 years.
Do you not think it's impossible to bring Britain back to Christianity? Do you not think it's more reasonable or more beneficial if we try and bring all religious people in this country together, and so that those
wait a minute.
Christianity isn't very appealing anymore.
There are 100 verses in the Quran saying fight and kill the unbelievable. So Muslims are instructed to come and kill them.
In war?
No.
Yeah.
No, it isn't in war.
It is.
Surah, no, it actually
I've read
says
the Quran.
Not, Surah 9:5 says you should not do it during the month of Ramadan.
Yeah.
But the
you
other
shouldn't go to
11
war.
months,
You shouldn't go to war during the month of Ramadan. You shouldn't fight anybody. But at war, you should be fighting against unbelievers. You shouldn't be fighting against other believers.
Yeah, and I am an unbeliever in Islam because I'm a Christian.
Well,
right? So at the end of the day, I'm already on that death sentence. So why should we work together?
الناس في اليمن لازم ينقضوا مع بعض. أنا شعب واحد، هي الخليج كله شعب واحد. يطلعوا
الربوبية والألوهية والأسماء والصفات. الله العافية. Fucking man. Yeah, I'm just dealing in this matter. And his friend, as always.
his eyes, they're not normal eyes.
Yeah, they're eyes of a man. You wouldn't recognise the eyes of a man. Because that's something rapists and Nazis to this park. And what else have you brought to this park? What else, Steve, have you brought? A violent, another entity of violence.
Dustin, you need help.
That's what. Is that what else have you brought to this park?
Help. I'm not a psychiatrist. I can't.
No, you're not. What are you? You're the man that brings rapists to this park. You're a man that brings Nazis to this park, along with your friend Tommy Robinson. That's what you are, is a man. Because that would actually mean not having to lie and abuse people constantly. And that is your little game. And yeah, your little game, you've been playing here for 15 or 20 years, the game he's been playing here. Making sure people aren't allowed to have free speech. Because when people come up to this park to engage in free speech on a platform and things, he's guaranteed to come along and abuse them. And why does he do that? Because he's not interested in free speech. He's only interested in what he's got to say and what his mates have got to say. But everybody knows his name's Studio Atheist Steve. You can go on videos for the last 10 years and you can see how he contributes to this park. And he contributes to this park by censoring people that wish to come here and speak. And he brings violent people here. He brings rapists here. He brings Nazis here. Can you just point the camera at him? Can you point the camera at him? So this is him, Studio Atheist Steve. And this is what he has done over the last 10, 15 years, isn't it?
Your breath smells particularly bad.
And then when someone confronts him, what has he got to offer? A defence or is it abuse? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, as you well know this character, you know that it's only abuse. And after 20 years, he's got nothing more to add to this park but abuse. That's his contribution. That's his contribution to this park and the idea of free speech, which is shutting people down. Welcome to Pseudo Atheist Steve.
Excuse me, sir. Wendell Daniel from StreetMic. Can I ask you a couple of questions?
Please do.
I believe we had the opportunity to speak last week, and it's great to do so again this week. Can you maybe tell me about Speaker's Corner and why you believe it's so important for people like yourself and others to be down here to discuss issues that are important to you?
Wow, what a fantastic question. I'd like to congratulate you for that. It's a question that's so profound. It seems like a question that people like to maybe laugh at or just think is ridiculous. But what you're asking is, why do people come to not only just this park, but come to any venue of speech? And that is to try and understand the world, trying to engage with the world. And because one of the most hardest things that we can do is actually learn about something we don't know. And we can't do that if we're in a community prison where we only see what we're told to see. So if you're, for example, a community where it's only monoculture, no Christians, only Christians there, no Jews, no Muslims, nothing. In that monoculture, we have war. And in that culture, by the way, that Christian culture where it separates and doesn't like diversity, by the way, the Christians don't choose that. Only their leaders choose that. Therefore, this park and any communication that you do with somebody that isn't you, as in obviously a different religion or faith or sexual orientation or whatever other entity that's different, if you talk to them, you will be seen as a threat to that elite established who own your community, whatever community that may be. I'm just saying Christianity because obviously I live in a Christian country, so therefore that's why that's the top of the list. And then we get Pseudo Atheist Steve, who comes to this park with the sole purpose to destroy what I have just mentioned. He is part of the elite who wish to nullify the great conversations that Muslims, Jews, Christians, atheists have with each other. He comes here to make sure that this park is, at the end of the day, free of Muslims and only here for his Christianity.
But if I can ask you a follow-up question. What I have observed attending Speaker's Corner over the last few months is that intellectual debate is being replaced by insults. Let me finish. It's not like someone is producing evidence to support an argument is criticising the individual. Do you think that is good?
I think that can happen, and when it does happen, it's not the best of humanity, that is true. But we do have now something called the internet, and your viewers can go on the internet and find independent sources to clarify what they're hearing here, as we can in this part today. The internet is one of the bastions of humanity, which, by the way, the government in the UK to censor online talking. One of the laws they're trying to bring in is that...
But go back to the initial question in regards to insulting people. Is that conducive with having a debate here in Speaker's Corner?
Defining insult, swearing. Unfortunately...
Calling someone a rapist, paedophile, terrorist?
I didn't call him that.
No. I'm being general, sir. I'm being general.
I'm sure, as your viewers will point out, I said he brought a rapist.
It's been in general. I'm not referring to the discussion you just had.
I'm clarifying this, so he brought a known Nazi, brought a rapist, and he's brought somebody that thinks it's fine to abuse me, but when suddenly he sees a mirror of himself, which is me reflecting, which I'm becoming, his mirror, suddenly he sees how awful it is to just abuse somebody. He doesn't like it, but he's very happy to indulge in that sickening kind of communication. So what you're seeing from me, by the way, out there, is me merely reflecting that individual.
In your opinion, what characteristics will make an individual who can have an interesting intellectual debate here at Speaker's Corner?
Wow, you're knocking it out of the park with the great questions.
I don't ask rubbish.
Pardon?
I don't ask rubbish.
I'll testify to that. It's somebody who's firstly willing to listen. I mean, that's one of the most fundamental journeys of a human being, is learning how to listen. And then on top of that, learning how, yes, we need to absorb what's true and what's not true from the external world, but we do have to have an internal process as well of judgment and of interrogation and of also what is a foundation rock for a mind. For one of my foundation rocks is the pursuit and the sovereign nature of humanity. It's turning humanity as a sovereign nation in each human being, not bound by land. That's insane to think of it like that. But the fact that any human being can be themselves as long as they're not violent, as long as they're not abusive or rapists, like Pseudo-Steve will happily bring to this park, but in actual fact, bringing humanity to the people that you know, and also to people you'll never meet in other countries that may be under drone attack, for example, and understand the humanity and the great. And this can happen here because the world does come here, and we then can talk to that world, interact with that world. And as I said, at that point, when you're talking, interacting, listening, then you can actually start opening your mind up to other possibilities. Because our media in this country, in America, is in the pursuit of violence and war. And the only way we can counter such a sickening entity, which our media in the West pushes onto us, is by talking to people from different countries, which they want us to, because you're a different colour, different sexual orientation, different philosophy. They want you to attack that entity that's not you, rather than step up as an adult or a child, as an adult, and actually engage in a conversation of enlightenment.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much, sir.
Sorry, what's your name again?
And my name is Wendell Daniel from StreetMic. I'll give you a card.
Thank you.
And what I'm trying to do is engaging with people, and it's quite easy to come down here and just stick a camera and listen to someone talk. But I like to engage with them and ask them about themselves, just try and get a different perspective. But engagement is what I do best. I talk to people.
I have to say the world is a lucky place to have you in it, because the questions you ask are going to get the answers you're hoping to understand.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much, sir.
My name is Dust, by the way.
Yeah. I spoke to you last week, if you remember.
I know, but the viewers might not know who I am.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know how you're going to...
No, of course, yeah. Thanks a lot, yeah.
Thank you, dude.
Thanks a lot.
who want to remind us about our problem to be divided. We need to be united right now against this Zionism. Zionism. Speak a corner. See you later.
You're just going to run away?
Whatever we have.
You know, here's the thing, right? 1 minute he said, defend your religion, these Muslims did the trust in
I've missed it all.
Then I asked him, how is Islam, according to the Quran and Sunnah, how is it affecting your freedom of religion?
I was here earlier. Excuse me, Mum. Can I ask a question? Don't be scared. Who's willing to talk? Excuse me, sir.
We have four Khalifa.
I'm going over there. You're going over there? I want to see more ladies. So I want to ask.
This is interesting.
Can I chat to you? I'm live streaming. I'm live streaming. You're scared?
They put the flowers on the altar. They take care of the gardens.
It's Speaker's Corner.
Decorating. They look after the church. Incredible.
How did the Samaritan women who were worshipping on the mountain of Genesis, how did their own testament for their own...
I want to listen to it. It's not happening yet. It will be happening. This is the best debater.
It's above the throne. Yeah. Okay. The one, is there one where he has to come down to listen to prayers?
Yeah. There's a big one. But, so you got the story where Miraj, he goes to heaven. Abu Bakr is already in heaven when Muhammad goes there. And then
Yeah. He's getting there in the middle of it.
Allah and God. The dictator, Mohammed and
Muhammad and Allah, yeah.
After 10 years.
I'm not having conversation right now. It's just
I'm not going to. You're one trust. I've no doubt we'll build up trust over the weeks. And the people who... No, I'd be for it, so it's not really a win. I'll switch on. I'll just show you here. That one is this one, which is channel 1.
okay.
Yeah. If you have a look. I'm on channel 2, which is this one. Well, I'll let you know. I'm not. No, at the moment I'm using this one as a microphone. It's only when you talk. When hey, trust me. I know we've got to build up I'm not going to be. No, I'm going to ask you about that, about the photograph. Can I ask you? Can I ask you that last week? I don't know what I've been. I never know. I'm now switching that microphone on.
Do you want me to put it on? Turn it on?
No. It's on. Right, it's now on. Yeah?
Okay.
I never know what I'm going to ask. That's the best way.
Okay, that's fine.
So, Hatun, good afternoon. So, how are you feeling today?
By God's grace, I'm good.
Do you know something? When I saw you earlier on, you said you didn't like the photograph that I took of you last week. Why not?
I don't know. People thought I was looked like a ghost. But if you liked it, I don't care. Like, I've got confident identity in Lord Jesus Christ. I was just joking about it, though.
No, but the important bit is to get the correct content. And was you happy with the content?
We're giving out that also.
Okay.
We're giving out for Christmas.
Okay, thank you. Well, Christmas is coming.
So the question was you happy with the content? Forget the photograph. Was you happy with the content?
Yeah, it was okay. I stand behind the things I said. I can't remember what they were after midnight, but I'm sure I stand behind what I said.
One thing I would like to ask you, Hatun, and it's about the debates you have with Yahya, I actually enjoy listening to the debates both of you have. The reason why is because you're respectful of each other. And that is, well, within reason, and that is so great. So what kind of relationship do you have with Yahya to be able to debate with him every week, or many weeks?
I'm not here to have a relationship with other people. I am here to talk about my glorious gospel and critique Islam. So once, like, he's been here for a long time, I've been here for a long time, therefore we are able to have such a conversations. It's freedom of, like, heart of freedom of speech. I guess that's very normal. But he didn't answer my questions. I'm still waiting answer to the question, does Allah encourage people to practice pimp? I'm still, like, not very clear with the practical details of how the Shaitan shares human or involves with human DNA. Those are very basic questions. I'm still waiting answer. I'm not satisfied with what I heard last week.
How do you prepare for the debates you're going to be having down here at Speaker's Corner on a weekly basis? How do you prepare? I don't ask easy questions, you know.
I don't know. So, like, during the week, there are try to see if I can make any argument from those things, and then I turn up the Speaker's Corner. Of course, during the week, I pray about what I want to discuss at Speaker's Corner, and all night, like Saturday nights and Sunday until I come to Speaker's Corner, it's another great time to kind of reflect what Lords want me to speak, and I turn up here. And you can see, like, sometimes I mess up pretty much, but you learn from the mistakes you make, you learn from the wrong questions, you ask better arguments. That's why we are here.
Can I maybe ask you a question about religion and why you swapped? You don't have to answer the question if you don't want to. Why did you swap and become a Christian?
I didn't swap, I find the truth. I wouldn't use the word swap on that. Because I come to conclusion that Islam is very much false ideology, but above all, I met Lord Jesus Christ. He is so delightful, he is beautiful. If you think about, like, King of Kings steps into this world and gives himself for me, and he wants me to spend eternity with him. When you see that love, when you kind of hear about that love, when you read about that love, you cannot hold back. I'm sure, like, are you married, sir?
In law, no, but you can say yes, I've been with the same young lady for 37 years.
If you think about it, like when you were teenage, for example, there were the moments in your class you saw someone and you thought that person was pretty, that person was beautiful. And there is a moment you kind of express your feelings towards her. Then every time, soon after that, every time when you see her, your heart starts beating differently. So when I noticed heart of God towards me, what the Father did in the Son, your heart cannot keep itself back. So you have to give it in. And I am amazed that King of Kings thinks he can delight in me. I am amazed that King of Kings thinks I am worthy for him to give himself for me. But also, of course, when you think about where you are going to do your investment for eternity, you need to look at the historical side of it. The books you read, is it trustworthy? Is it reliable? Information in it can be trustworthy. And I looked into history and I come to conclusion that yes, Lord Jesus Christ died on the cross for my sins, and he conquered the grave. He waged war against death, and by God's grace, I am belong to him today.
What kind of sacrifices did you have to make in discovering, finding Christianity?
I wouldn't say I have to do any sacrifices. Father, our Heavenly Father already sacrificed His Son for me. So there is nothing like I wouldn't give up for Him.
Do you know something? I like talking to you and interviewing you, and I've no doubt later on I will do exactly the same, because for me, StreetMic, it's not just about filming people. I like to engage.
Good.
And it's important to do so.
If you want me to be behind the camera and record you as you have debates and discussions, I'm happy to do that.
Oh, that's a deal. And where's Banker today?
Don't hide behind the excuse of, oh, there is no one who can hold the camera, therefore I cannot have debates.
But
so I am happy to hold the camera if you want to have debates.
Quite often I get in front of the camera, but in my opinion, and I'm going to be quite honest, yeah, I see too many people nowadays, the cameras promoting themselves. I don't want to promote myself. It's about the person who I'm interviewing, and normally I'll get in front of the camera at the end to summarize what I have done during that day. But it's not about me pointing at myself, look at me. I'm into listening to what you're saying, and I'm devil's advocate as well. And I love it. And also, one thing you may have noticed, I'm all for promoting more ladies engaging down here at Speaker's Corner, hence the reason I answered those questions last week.
As you can see, like, there is a need of females at Speaker's Corner.
And I'm so glad and proud that you are leading the way. I'm
not leading the way, but I am here regularly, yes.
You are here, but I'm so proud of that. Even after you experienced that event, I believe 26th, 27th of July this year, many people may have run away, but you're down here and you're continuing the work because you've been called to do that job.
At this stage, I have sensed that Lord Jesus Christ and I think we cannot allow limitations for the freedom we already have, and because already our freedom is being taken away from many different ways, and you've got a gentleman behind you joining the lockdown. He's already been like all over the police harassment.
I know him well. He lives around the corner from me.
Oh, okay. So freedom has already been taken away, and Lord Jesus, therefore, I think it would be shame that it has been taken away. So therefore, I would say we shouldn't let people to tell us what we think or what we should think, how we need to vote, what do we need to wear. Yeah.
And I look forward to the day, like you said last week when I asked you the question, when more ladies are down here talking about skirts and dresses and other important issues. I don't just want to hear about religion week after week. It's great, but I want some fresh new debates with a lot more ladies engaging down here.
When I first came to Speaker's Corner, there was a lady. She brought a mattress, a bed, and she was talking about like bedroom tax or something. That was like when I first came to Speaker's Corner. But as the time went on, it more become religion. So, but we can talk about like, we went to pub last Sunday, and we can talk about if it is, what it is, if it is good to mush the peas or not mush the peas. I thought it was insult to the mushing the peas.
So you're telling me after leaving here last week, after having a great debate with StreetMic, you went to a pub and you had some mushy peas?
Yeah, and I think that was insult, what they did to what they did to peas. We can have a debate on it.
Are you telling that to the north of England, that it's an insult to mash peas? You've got to be very careful, because they like mashing their peas in the north.
Yeah, so we can have debate, we can discuss, like we can have a debate on it, and it's absolutely fine. Like smoking kills, we can have a debate. Actually, is smoking damages your gums or your teeth or kills you? Look at the advertisement, and he still buys it. We can have a discussion on that. So it's open to all debates and discussions. So whatever you are passionate about, come and discuss.
Excellent stuff.
That's insult, though. That's insult. That's insult. There is no best. It's already insult.
If you put mint in your mushy peas, they taste amazing. There's this pub in Westminster, it puts mint in the mushy peas, it's excellent.
I don't know, it was first time I ate it and I think it was insult.
Hold on, I don't believe this famous live streamer, and you're talking about mushy peas with mint. Is that your favourite, sir?
Yeah, mate, mushy peas any day. Like, I didn't know that you should put mint in mushy peas. I went to the pub in Westminster and went, these mushy peas are great.
I think that's not Turkish at all. It was first time I ate it and then I was like, yeah, this is insult. This is insult.
Excellent. So that's what it's like down here at Speaker's Corner. You come down here, we can talk about any issues. And what I'm now going to do, I'm going to let Tash prepare. And I know whatever you do today, it's going to be brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't tell me you thought mashing the peas were all right.
Curry and chips. That was a new thing for me. I never put curry and chips together. This is English food, as my friend Tamar would say. Just see them. Oh, listen to Christian Prince. The bees eat.
So we're now down here at Speaker's Corner, and the debates will soon be starting. And don't forget, if you like what you're seeing, you can subscribe to StreetMic on Facebook and also on YouTube. So hit the like button if you like what I'm doing, and also hit the button and make sure you subscribe to StreetMic on Facebook and also StreetMic LiveStream on YouTube. We're also on Vimeo. And make your comments. Last week I uploaded a video and I named it something people didn't like, but that's life. But now we're back at Speaker's Corner, and let's listen to the debates that are taking place.
Plant means the whole world, doesn't it? Oranges, bees eat oranges. Peter Johnson, a bad actor.
It's like, yeah, we've got 67 million people. 1 in 100 people is going to die every year. Yeah, that's what I meant. If I use 500,000.
Yeah, thanks so much.
But it's like, if
How can we stop them dying? He's young and
if we're saying
Owen's coming down. What I'm trying to say,
less than half a
no,
million people, that means that a lot of people must be living over 100.
That's such a good setup.
Lots of children are dying. We have to account for the numbers.
I believe you said 18.
Demographics.
16.
I hate to say it, but demographics is just an insane.
Great work he's doing.
I'm nearly your height. Well, no, not quite that, yeah.
And you know one thing I like about him as well?
Messes up with your mind when you're trying to analyse.
Yeah, engage, you talk, you interact, you meet new people. Like I did today with the police, I met them. I had an interaction with them. 10 minutes. I mean, it felt like that. It felt longer. But I reckon it was about 10 minutes. But.
Let me do a StreetMic interview. So you can interview me and I'll interview you. So what's your name, sir?
Louis Errington.
So tell me, how long have you been live streaming?
Since about May, towards the end of May time this year.
And what do you really like about going onto the streets and engaging with people?
So you meet new people, you just test out your equipment, you play around with it, learn like different skills, and you just meet new people.
But one question I will ask, and we discussed this a few weeks ago, does ethics come in to how you perform your role as a live streamer? And when I say ethics, do you create stories?
Ethics? No, I just film what I see. So whatever's happening or going on, I just film it, get into the action, and I just upload it on YouTube.
Because the reason I asked that question, I believe, my own personal belief, that there should be some ethics in what we do, because I've come to see, especially down here, events being created because it promotes likes, shares, follows, and I think that's wrong.
I'm not all about that. I just do it to interact with people, meet new people, engage, conversations, interviews, and I just film what I see, and I cover what the mainstream media don't as well.
And one final point I'm going to make, then you can interview me. One thing I love about what you're doing, as I said, you are young, but I'm not saying that in a bad context that people can misinterpret. You are young, you're willing to learn, and I can see in the future you are going to be a well-known personality in this field, and I'm glad StreetMic is interviewing you.
I'm glad I'm engaging with you as well.
You get what I'm saying? Now you can interview me. For example, I come down here and film. When I film, I'm learning how to compose an image, sound, how to engage with people. I'm learning these techniques. So when I go and do my other job, which makes me a lot of money live streaming, I can't practice that. I can practice those skills here and put them to test in another arena. So I love coming to Speaker's Corner.
It's more of a practice for you and as a hobby, Speaker's Corner.
Speaker's Corner is an excellent training ground for any person who would like to learn how to stream, how to film, how to sound. Later, it's going to be getting dark earlier, so you might need lighting. All of these techniques come into play, and you need to learn them. And you can learn from masters like this man here as well.
Resistance TV.
You say that, you call me a master, but you're the one who knows how to operate a camera. I've just got this thing.
No, but we're doing the same thing. I can't do it with that. Yeah, it's a completely different setup. I can't do it with a little thing. I feel.
Finding the equipment heavy.
This guy, look at him. Bloody hell.
Oi, but you know something? I'm nearly 60 years old, mate. And you're saying, yeah, wow. But carrying all of this stuff, yeah, it keeps you cardiovascularly fit. That's why I do it. And I got to walk. See?
The 6 mile walks. I mean, they're really tiring as well.
So, any other questions, sir?
Are you filming the filmers?
Yeah, it's basically a
You're filming the filmers.
Oh, do you know what I like about you?
StreetMic in the house.
Another alternative.
StreetMic in the house.
And then we got another
Watch
alternative
him,
here.
StreetMic. Number one, unbiased, proper views.
Same here.
Black lives don't matter to him. What? Yeah, there is no black in the Union Jack. There is no black in the Union Jack.
No.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
Keep the Union together. Keep the Commonwealth together. Because we work brilliant as an independent.
Keep the wealth
Well,
for the common.
No. We should look after the common people.
Really?
They're not anymore. We're just
Well,
pawns
the Tories
for.
look after themselves. Thank you.
Yeah,
very much.
yeah, that's what I said.
Can I ask you a question, sir? I love this outfit. Where did you get it? Primark?
No, I found a couple of bits of rag and stitched them together. No, I've got it online. There's a shop, but it's...
Do you know something? It is so great looking at you wearing this, especially on this great day, Remembrance Sunday. What kind of responses have you got from people seeing you in this lovely outfit?
Well, at the Remembrance service today, it was lovely, and I've got great response from the people at the Remembrance service. I have been this morning, hence the suit.
I never saw you.
But here, well, you see, you weren't on the special box. There's only the BBC filming there.
I was
news media.
I was actually next to them from 6:30 in the morning, mate. I got there early. I was right by the cenotaph, and the Queen didn't arrive.
Well, I was fast a kip then. See, some of us are sensible.
Like, final question.
Are you an army man?
No, I haven't served.
Never served?
I've never served.
You served behind the bar, though.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Barman, not an army man.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I loved trying the goods when I was working behind the bar. That was a good time, that.
Buddy, can I ask you a dodgy question, which is impartial but very dodgy?
Well, you might not like the answer, but you can ask.
I'm being devil's advocate, yeah. People will say that the British has raped, the West Indies and Africa and Asia. What do you have to say about that?
Do you know they only ever brought slaves? They didn't catch slaves. What about that? They brought slaves. So the people that caught the slaves were the West Africans. Caught the slaves and sold them to the English. Now, it was wrong. Absolutely, the whole slave trade is wrong. But when you look, we've been slaves in our time
by the Romans.
Yeah, by the Romans.
By the Vikings.
And what they don't mention is the fact more people died stopping slavery from Britain that ever owned a slave.
Thank you.
More people died. We had 50 years of war against the slave trade boats. Once we declared slavery over in Britain, which was the only country in the world that had done that at the time, we had a 50-year war with the slave trade boats, stopping them, sinking them, getting rid of their goods. And if they come back to Britain, they were free men as soon as they walked into this land.
But don't you think it's about time the British paid back all that money they stole?
From who?
From whom?
From the West Indies, India, Africa, all over this planet. Should they not be paying back? If you go into Buckingham Palace, where I've been on 4 occasions, but I paid to go in there on a visit, I'm quite shocked when I see all of those treasures that were stolen from elsewhere. What have you got to say?
Well, that's not the British people, is it?
Is there anything British in the British Museum?
Yes, the building.
There you go, see?
This country isn't British anymore anyway.
No.
It's full of Joe-Iraqis, really.
Yeah.
And
you say?
Yeah, go on,
it's time our history was taught properly.
That's it.
So that we know there are 2 sides, not the side they're told. And they never, it's like you talk of the Crusades. Only ever a pushback. It wasn't a war as to go and spread Christianity, it was to push back. That's not taught.
Do you represent Britain?
I represent myself
and
my own faith within my country that I've been brought up in and love. So
you're an English fan? You think they're going to do well in the Euros?
I'm an Englishman. I'm an Englishman that is proud to be British, and the union should be kept together. Not like these Trotskyites have been doing since Tony Blair gave devolution. The Trotskyites have been trying to split Europe so that we're easier to split Europe as well as England, so that we're easy to be taken over by the one world government. And we've got one big problem in this world, and it's been there for since 2008 when we had the bank crisis. I noticed every single country made exactly the same mistakes, had exactly the same orders. We've been living under a one world government disguised as democracy, and there is our problem within all Western societies.
Violence is now taking place. Hold on.
If you don't like it, walk away. Walk away.
This is Speaker's Corner. Trouble already. Here's the old bill. Here's the old bill. No problem, sir.
Let the police do. Let them do their job.
Calm down.
This guy just marched in and was something.
Yeah, it's all right. Pray for you.
Peace debate.
Yeah, but this guy, yeah?
No. You are not supposed to be coming. We are talking together. We are talking together for a long time. We are talking together for a long time.
Respect each other's beliefs and what you want to talk about.
You physically put it on camera. It's on camera. You're a liar. You're causing disruption.
If you don't,
if you push me,
There's no need to.
Oh, you are running. Why are you?
Okay, we're just monitoring it, keep it nice and calm, we're all up here, and it's all good natured. Let's keep it good natured. Sorry? Yeah,
Can I push you while I'm looking back?
Everyone respects
You push me from behind and you tell me
what talk about, but we keep it nice and calm, otherwise people will be asking. Alright, nice and calm.
Just take a few deep breaths and step
Guys,
back a little
respect
bit.
each other's beliefs and wishes, otherwise if people are causing issues, we will ask you to leave the park. Is that fair enough? Are we just going to... Yeah. Are you happy with that, sir? Sir, are you happy with that? I've said to the gentleman, obviously, we're all here for a nice debate. Speak about your own beliefs and whatever your wishes are, but keep it nice and calm so we don't have to ask people to.
Don't get into confrontations, okay? This morning, Jesus said me. Yes, he told me this morning.
And I've seen newspapers last week. They were saying
Allah is beautiful.
Excuse me,
Allah teaches pedophilia. Allah teaches pedophilia. Allah teaches pedophilia. Yes. Yeah. This man insulted Africa. This man insulted Africa and wants to get away with it.
Nice and calm. Calm down, sir.
Allah is a pedophile. Chapter 65, verse 4 of the Quran. Show us one African deity that teaches baby marriages. You are a liar. You deceive Muslims. You deceive Muslims. Allah is a pedophile.
Nice and calm.
Teaches pedophilia.
Sir.
Show me one
Nice and
African
calm.
deity that teaches pedophilia. As Allah.
Listen, everyone's to their own
Yes.
opinion. Just
Yes.
try and keep it nice and calm.
Yes.
You end up giving yourself a heart
Yeah,
attack.
no
all right?
problem.
Good man.
No problem.
Nice
Let's all
man.
be adults, shall we?
And he's calling me a dog. He's calling me a dog as well.
Be an adult.
Calm it down.
It's a debate, it's not an argument.
Otherwise, we'll have to ask you to leave the
Yeah,
park.
yeah,
End up making yourself feel. Don't let it get to you.
No, you're looking like you're
He always speaks loud.
Yeah, I know he does. I know.
This is how I speak.
I understand.
I speak this
You're
way.
gonna get agitated and
And that's why I'm here. I don't have cameras. I'm not a YouTube person. I'm here to talk loud for everybody to hear. The pedophilia of Allah.
Breathe slowly.
Allah a pedophile. Allah teaches pedophilia. Chapter 65, verse 4 of the Quran. Look at this Shamsi insulting Africa. He said there are child marriages in Africa. Show me one African deity that teaches child marriages.
Sir.
You name one and show me the evidence.
Sir.
I can show you in the Quran that Allah is a pedophile.
Sir.
Chapter 65.
Sir.
Verse 4.
Wendell Daniel from StreetMic. Can you maybe describe to me why you're feeling so passionate today?
Eh?
Why are you feeling so passionate today?
I'm always this way. I'm always this way. There's nothing special about me today.
So you talk from the heart?
I talk the truth. I am here to speak the truth.
How do you define the truth, sir?
Eh?
How do you define the truth?
The truth is something, anything that's objectively be verified by any person. Yeah.
So tell me more about the truth you're going to be talking about today.
The truth I'm going to talk about today mainly is about Allah. Allah wants a loan. Allah wants a godly loan, goodly loan. Allah is demanding people to give him a loan. And I wonder, what sort of God is this? That wants a loan, he wants to scam the Christians, he wants to scam the Muslims, everybody about the loan. You give Allah a loan, he will forgive you your sins, he will give you paradise, he will give you all sorts of things. So I wonder the sort of Allah or God. I don't think Allah is God anyway.
What? Can I ask you another question here? Yeah? Why does religion foster such passion within people every week down here?
Well, I am not here to talk about religion per se. I am here to talk about the scam of Allah and Muhammad.
Are they not religious leaders? Are they not religious leaders?
Are you saying Allah is a religious leader? I say the scam of Allah and Muhammad. So are you saying, implying that Allah is a religious leader?
That is my belief. It doesn't mean it's true, though.
Well, that's your belief. Can it be verified? Can it be verified? Allah is a religious leader.
I can only go by what I've seen in books and what I've heard. So hence the reason I'm answering the question. I don't follow religion myself. I'm just being devil's advocate.
Okay, so you don't follow religion. So I don't think Allah is a religious leader. Allah is a scam. Just like Muhammad is scam. Muhammad is not a prophet. All of them, both of them are scam. And you can see, if you go to Quran, chapter 2, verse 245, Allah is asking for a loan. Chapter 5, verse 12, is trying to scam Christians and Jews to lend him money, so that he could forgive their sins. That's a scam. If you go to chapter 57, verse 11, Allah is again asking for a godly loan. This is Allah, who Muslims claim is God Almighty. Is asking for loan. It's a scam.
Can I ask you? Yeah.
Go to chapter 65.
I don't need you to keep reciting from something you've written down. I'm asking question. So the question. Yeah. So the question I'm asking, sir.
Clear about that. Is there any person who wants to challenge any of the things I said?
Sir, I'm not challenging you about what is written. What I'm asking a question about is here specifically at Speaker's Corner. So my next question will be, at Speaker's Corner, why is it that 99% of the debate is about religion when we have so many other thousands of important issues to discuss?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but Islam is not really about religion. It's about politics and domination. Maybe we have about 10% of Islam religion. The rest is politics and domination.
But forget politics. Why are we not discussing other issues that are important to people here at Speaker's Corner? Because this is a fertile ground where people can come and have intellectual debates on any subject, not just religion.
Yes, because Islam is a big problem. Because of Islam, people are running away from their countries. In Africa, Boko Haram, if you go to the Middle East, Syria and all these places, why do we have these problems?
Which country are you from? Which country are you from?
I reserve the right not to say it at the moment.
So tell me, yeah, you just mentioned Boko Haram. Why has Boko Haram taken hold of Nigeria?
Well, the side, they are fighting the cause of Allah. They are jihadists. If you go to Quran chapter 9, verse 111, that is their duty to disinherit other people. That's the main reason for Islam, to disinherit the world. Any person who is not a Muslim has to be disinherited. From your land, from your property, everything, your wives, your children have to be taken away from you.
Away from this environment here at Speaker's Corner, where religion always seems to be debated, the question I'm going to ask you is, what do you do away from here, sir, other than discuss these issues? So away from Speaker's Corner, tell me what you do.
I work, I do my design work.
So you're a designer?
Yeah, I do many things. I do all those things, yeah. And I have good relationship with people. I'm a Christian, by the way. I go to church, I have relationship with people, and we discuss good things, because religion should be about love of God and love of neighbor. Any person who doesn't know love is not a human being. We are born to love. And Islam's main purpose is hatred. If you go to Quran chapter 5, verses 51, it teaches that Muslims should not be friends to Christians and Jews. It teaches that clearly. It's a hate book, the Quran. And all of them come here to preach hate. If you look at it, come here, they assault people. I've been assaulted many times. All these assaults are coming from Muslims. They assault people, stab people, disrupt people, and all these sort of things. They don't answer anything. Many of them are coming here just to cause violence or to receive orders from their masters in order to carry out violence. So, as I say, Islam doesn't come here. Muslims don't come here to discuss religion. If there is religion at all in Islam, they come here for violence. They want this place closed, because here people talk about anything they want. So some people come here to talk about Islam and mention Muhammad.
I hear you, sir, and thank you very much. And I hope to listen to something else, but thank you very much, and I hope I've been fair with you in allowing you to speak, and also I challenge you on some of the things you say, but thank you very much. And I've no doubt we'll engage, sir. Do you want to say something, sir?
What proves it is this terrorism, especially. Muslims believe in aggressive behaviour. They like to detonate people around, you understand? So the one who guys talk about love, they're also aggressive to murder people who cheat on their wife, etc. A lot of things existed, you understand? They don't believe in gay, lesbian, they murder those who gay. The one who's aggressive, they're even detonating themselves. So everything has to be based on love, even if you're convincing someone.
I hear you, but thank you very much, and I'm going to listen to some other debates. So as you can see, down here at Speaker's Corner. Okay, step round here, step round here. Yeah. Why do people, yeah, and I'm being devil's advocate, yeah, always say, what channel? Can't someone come to Speaker's Corner without a channel to learn how to be...
No, because there's some channels that they've got an agenda, some channels, you don't know, like, you can't just chat to anyone, innit?
But you can, I believe you can, when you're down here impartially. So what I'm trying to do, yeah, I see myself as an impartial bystander. So I engage with anyone. I don't care what religion you are, what sexuality, anything. I will have a debate with you. And I believe it's important down here at Speaker's Corner, because debate has been destroyed by social media, and things are created, in my opinion, because it fosters on channels like shares, follows, engagement, and debates are being destroyed. Any comment?
I just wanted to say that anyone who disrespects the holy prophets of God Jesus, Moses, the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wa alihi, the greatest man in the universe. Anyone who disrespects him, they will get destroyed in this life and the next by God and the angels. And the greatest man, who they accuse him of going with a 6-year-old or 9-year-old, whatever, that's not true. Aisha was 18. But the books of hadith there's a couple of lies in the books that lied against the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But the Quran is perfect, the Islam is perfect, but the Muslims today, there's a lot of Muslims that are following the wrong type of Islam. Just like a lot of the Christians, they didn't listen to Jesus, they're following the wrong type of Christianity.
Do you know something? It's nice hearing from someone like yourself, and it's like I can have a reasoned debate, reasoned discussion with you, because doing that is so important. But down here, it seems like people are only interested in religion when in this world there's so many thousands and thousands of issues to be discussed.
What's going on the green, the ozone layers and all that, yeah? Someone told me that it's because of the cows. Because
farting?
Yeah, no, the cows, they do too much thing, yeah? And then this is what's causing the emission, whatever. I don't know, that's the answer to it, I don't know.
I'll ask you a question, yeah? Why do you think it's important for you, personally, to be down here at Speaker's Corner?
Basically, because God's put us on this earth to...
I'm talking about you.
Because me as a Muslim, yeah, but a true Muslim, not these fake Muslims that you see today who are following the devilish Islam, the tyrant Islam, the true Islam I'm following. Just like the true Christians that followed Simon after Jesus are the true Christians. The true Muslims that follow Ali, his cousin, after Muhammad are the true Muslims. The true Islam is teaching me that to enjoying good and forbid evil. And if I come here, it's like I feel it's in my blood, it's a duty from God to say this so I can have an effect on people. Like, I have to, Islam is not just like being fake, you have to be real. And to be real, you have to talk. Just like all the prophets of God, 124,000 prophets of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they all came to talk. They came to spread their message. So like the Imam Ali, the Prophet Muhammad, they all gave sermons. They all gave speeches. So we have to give a speech and let the people know the truth.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much, and I look forward to engaging with you more during the coming weeks.
Thank you very much.
No problem. I'll give you my card, man. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Don't be hiding from StreetMic, you know. No. Go on. Carry on.
Come on, this is too much. I was just about to explain how I'm getting paid by reptilian Zionists to come here every single week. And they pay me £6 gorillion every time I come here, every time I set my feet on this great place. That's my main purpose, guys. I get paid for this. A lot of money.
Can I ask you just one question, please? Yeah. I was fortunate enough last week with yourself when you engaged in a debate with Mr. T. Whoops, I'm going to fall over. Yeah. Can you tell me, did he do exactly what you said he was going to do in the question you asked in regards to his behaviour? Screaming, shouting, being disrespectful. And people are laughing at him.
I can ask that to anyone who watched the conversation. Do you not think that he did the exact same thing? Yes, he did. Yes, he did exactly the same thing. And by that, he answered my question that, yes, indeed, if you scream and shout and go crazy on camera, you do demean the quality, the veracity of your argument, even if it's a good argument, because nobody will listen to you. People will look at you like, who's this nutcase? Why should I listen to this random nutcase here? Of course you shouldn't. If somebody is screaming, shouting, losing their mind in front of you, you're not going to listen to them, you're just going to walk past.
Do you see that as the main cause of division here at the corner, when people scream and shout and get too passionate sometimes?
Oh, it's a very popular thing here in the corner. Lots of people do it all the time. I feel like there's some people who need attention so much. They're willing to get the bad attention, you know. They're willing to just scream and shout and say stupid stuff to get people to hate them. But just as long as they get those people to look at them, to give them some attention, that's fine by them. That's fine by them. Big T is the best example of that. I gave the example. I gave you an example last time that the Big T was having this discussion, and then somebody else started a speech elsewhere, and all the cameras moved away. All the people started leaving. I never saw him so distressed like that. Like, I saw him getting beat up. here in the park, he was still not as distressed as when the crowd started leaving them all at once. Bro, he was shattered. He was screaming so much. He was in such panic that I was surprised. I didn't know he needed the cameras that much. But anyway, that's all I have to say, guys. That's all I have to say. Okay. That's it for now.
But do you know something? What you haven't told StreetMic is why you like Speaker's Corner so much.
Well, okay, jokes aside, jokes about the reptilian.
Let's talk about you.
Aside. Let's talk about seriously, a bit more serious. I really like this place because this is a good place for people to come to it with different opinions and go full on discussion with their opinions. I mean, how do you get a Christian and a Muslim who are completely blinded by their views, who do not accept, no, the truth is exactly what I believe it as, who do not accept any kind of other kind of possibilities? How do you get them to discuss without a fight? You bring them here usually. I mean, sometimes there still is fights, but usually we can avoid that. You don't go to a church, you don't go to a mosque to try to get a Christian or a Muslim and get them to a debate, because that's a very biased environment. Here, you can get a more unbiased environment, even though there's groups of people. You can still get a much better discussion from people.
But in your opinion, is that, and I'm going to ask the question, and I will keep answering it because I believe it, yeah. Is that debate not being stifled due to social media because people are creating spectacles for engagement, follows, shares, likes? For example, we see stuff kicking off last week, and all people are interested in is the violence, because that is what people like on social media.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Some people say that it was because of the cameras and the social media the Speaker's Corner went down, but I disagree with that, honestly. I have
the religion becoming overwhelmingly more religious by the
look, it's random bomb strikes.
Week. Do you think it's because it's becoming overwhelmingly more religious every week?
That's part of the reason, yes. It's very much about religion. And when it's about religion, people get really emotional because they're very attached to it. It's like religion dictates their every move in life. You know what I mean? But it's not only religion. It's overall the mentality in Great Britain has changed, I think. There's a lot less of a possibility for a normal, down-to-earth discussion without a lot of emotion in the air. You know what I mean? Nowadays, it's very volatile.
Do you see people getting too passionate at times?
Yes. It's very volatile all the time. It's people getting really, really upset for random things. Sometimes it's jokes, sometimes it's criticism, sometimes it's just a plain ad hominem. Somebody looks at you and says you're an asshole, and then the other person gets pissed and then starts calling other names, and then your mom gets brought in the mix, and then this gets brought in the mix, your religion, your dad, your sister, your brother, whatever. Then it just goes downhill.
But can I come in there in regards to bringing your mum? I do like that natural response you gave last week, and when you said sorry, we're not brothers. If you recall, because he said.
I remember.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have even mentioned it, but look, I just basically gave him that response. Just so we could so people could see how futile it is to bring moms in the mix. It's like, does anybody know anybody's mother here? No. I sure you do. Oh, what a knee slapper! Wow, really got me there. Really, what is this? He's poisoning me, guys. He's poisoning me. No, thanks.
He spiked it.
Thank you. Yeah, you see, he makes a your mama joke and he immediately gives me sweets. Nah, man, no.
There we go.
There you go. They want some. There you go. Have some, guys. Have some. No. Thank you. No. I need to, for my mother's honor, I'm not gonna take anything. No, actually, legit talk here. It really doesn't matter. Like, obviously, when people make fun of your mother, it's just to get under your skin. They don't know your mother. Her honor is not at stake. It's just pure and simple. They're trying to wind you up. And it only works on stupid people, honestly. It only works on people who don't realize this. Obviously, it's not nice. If it's in a random situation on the street, somebody makes fun of your mom. Okay, I understand if people would get upset there, but at least partially. But here in Speaker's Corner, why? Why would you come here if you're so easily wound up by anything that happens? It's just pointless. It's pointless drama, It's pointless conversations. I mean, Banksy here, he knows all about it. He knows all about these.
I have never been controversial ever.
Never.
Deny all charges.
was never.
I am a very, very neutral individual. Never take any sides.
By the way, guys, notice his cap. Speakers Corner online. Check it out. Don't forget.
Yeah, check them out. Speakers Corner online.
I have never called anyone's mum or anything.
Never.
But when it comes to your sisters, I'll reserve the right.
Okay. He goes for the sisters. He's not a sister respecter.
Excellent. Thanks a lot for that, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ooh, what's happening over there?
You missed it.
Have I missed it all?
You missed the best
He accused him
part.
of being NF. He's wearing a Union Jack's flat.
Oh, the rewind selector. Rewind.
You see? Once I get bogged down, I rise. And I know socialism's on my side because socialism is the way
Hold on,
forward.
step next to the guy then.
No,
Let's have a debate.
I want to stand here.
You do
What's
what you want.
The issue is what I'm talking about. The issue was StreetMic.
He's calling me National
He
Front.
approached Derek and he said to Derek, "Are you National Front because he's wearing a Union Jack suit?" Out of the drudgery and misery of the
And then
appendage of the machine.
accused me of
How long
have
what?
you been part of the National Front?
I've been coming here relatively. Once you get bound up from the appendage of the machine, you then realise I think you've got mental health issues. There's no need, my brethren, to turn to crime, gun crime or violence. You raise them out of their drudgery. Once you raise them out of their drudgery, you raise their consciousness. Once you raise raise their consciousness, right? The whole consciousness is set.
When the United Kingdom no longer exists.
Why not?
When Scotland goes independent.
That's not happening, is it?
That'll never happen. That'll never happen.
Northern Ireland's staying part of the United Kingdom. Wales is staying part. It's only socialists that want to break the United Kingdom up so that we're easier to control.
You know what's going to happen in the next 3 years? The Queen's going to die.
Yeah, do you want to
Few
have
years, well,
she'll be
you
taken
are some
over.
rocket scientist, ain't you? Well, that is real astute bit of a...
She's like heir to the throne.
Yeah, why was that? That's disgusting.
Hey?
It's literally rebellion.
I'm proud of it. I'm proud of that. Proud to have been part of that.
You're losing massive support with the bits. And take your mask
We are getting more radical Muslims, therefore you get this attention. People think it is not acceptable for someone who doesn't live under the Sharia to critique Islam, ask questions about Islam, or question. I don't know if you follow on the news. They killed the caricatures simply drawing the pictures of Muhammad.
Can you film the mic from
So a couple of years ago, they killed a caricaturist in France simply drawing the pictures of Muhammad. So even though it's France, but you simply get killed because you draw the pictures of Muhammad. But it's quite okay, you draw the pictures of... Actually, I do have a t-shirt. Let me show you a t-shirt. Sorry.
No, that's my case. I'm a hardcore Israeli. So it's important. When I see that my people are afraid to go somewhere, I'm going all in. I'm not wearing kippah, by the way. I'm not religious. I'm wearing it especially because all of my Jewish friends that I told them that I'm coming here, they were afraid. So I decided to put it as one, solidarity, number two, to show that we're here. I'm not afraid to be a Jew. I shouldn't be afraid to be a Jew. That's why I'm terrified. You're terrified. No, but that's my identity.
Actually, I don't have it.
It doesn't matter if we believe or not. Everyone would get killed by Hitler anyway, right? If it was here, so it's better for me to represent my people well.
No, I completely agree. I would rather a Jew did one of the mitzvot, one of the commandments, even if they light candles on a Friday night, if they wear a kippah, it's good. Like being a Jew comes with
a Jew is a Jew is a Jew.
100%. And so it's good to see you wearing a kippah. And There's like the show. Inshallah, we'll have more Jews following you in the UK, following your example, and being proud of their identity, their people.
Do you seriously feel afraid?
So, I'm not as brave as you. Like, if you were
It's not
Jewish,
about-
we'd call
it's
you
not-
the Lion of Judah.
No, Jesus is the Lion of Judah. No. Like, are you seriously afraid of?
I've been to Bradford, I've been to Luton and set up Zionist stalls with a jumper that says Zionist and advocated for Israel. And I've been attacked numerous times. And I promised my wife I wasn't going to come here anymore. And then we had some Israelis in town, so I asked my wife for permission to come. And one of the things that scared my wife was I've been coming here for 10 years. I've been to the most, some areas that are hotbeds of Islamic fundamentalism, where Islamists have strong footholds, and I've been fine. And once my wife saw you get stabbed, she was like, I don't want you going to Speaker's Corner anymore.
Why would you show that video?
She
No, it's dangerous, it's dangerous.
Because I also want to be honest to my wife. I can't lie to my wife.
Imagine my mom, I'm 19, so it's like when I'm telling my parents, listen mom, I'm going to a place which a girl was stabbed a month ago and people are getting attacked. It's a mini heart attack.
Yeah, but so you don't live here. I don't care that much about you right now. But like, it is concerning that someone who lives in this country, probably you go to pub, eat fish and chip, all those kind of things, yet you are afraid for your life to walk on the street. It is not acceptable.
Most Jews I know would not come here out of concern. They won't even go to certain neighbourhoods out of concern that they'll be attacked for looking Jewish.
But this is United Kingdom, not Pakistan, not Saudi Arabia.
Like just last week,
that shouldn't happen.
One of the YouTubers here, I think it's last week or 2 weeks ago, one of the YouTubers here, Ali Dawah, I think his name is, he went to an Orthodox Jewish neighborhood with a message.
That was 3 months ago.
3 months ago. And they went to a Jewish neighborhood with a massive screen and a microphone, started approaching people. It's very equivalent to going to a Muslim person and giving him a fork to his mouth. Right? For us in Shabbat, we don't...
In UK, you go to prison for that. But if you go to the Jewish
that they're
neighborhood, then it's absolutely fine.
Truthfully, I think there's nothing wrong with going to a Jewish neighbourhood to speak about Israel, Palestine, whatever. I think the issue there is going on Shabbat with the sign which literally says, did we not learn anything from the Holocaust? And that they probably knew this. There are a number of Holocaust survivors that lived immediately next to where they put their huge signs, or very close to where. So there would have been people who went through the camps who've got some uppity young Muslims telling Jews who went through the camps, did you not learn anything? Like, it is the most insulting thing you could possibly do. I believe in dialogue, I believe in freedom of speech. If a Muslim wants to come to me and speak to me about any issue, I will speak to him. But don't harass our elderly members of my community with huge signs asking, did you not learn it? Our kids as well.
I started being an activist on social media. So when I was 13, I got an anti-Semitic attack in the United States. The only reason I'm an activist right now for Israel and for Jewish people, the only reason for me for studying it at such a young age is because of me experiencing anti-Semitism. For a 13-year-old kid, you're looking at the reality and you're like, why this person hates me? Why he attacks me? Why he kills me? You don't know if I'm Jew, if like I'm Orthodox, religious, if I'm traditional, if I'm an atheist, if I'm rightist, leftist, what I think about this stuff. They don't care about it. They just attack you. So like, why? Because of the star? Because of what? So you go and start studying, and then you actually figure out about this stuff. And I got attacked many times for my identity. And again, I'm 19. I have a very short period of time for so many anti-Semitic attacks. But I can protect myself, unlike many other people who can't. So now it's me.
It's not about you can protect yourself or not.
No, but now it's me. But tomorrow it can be a Jewish kid. You cannot handle it.
No, it shouldn't happen at all. This gentleman, his wife shouldn't freak out that something might happen to him. Oh, is my husband going to make it home? That's not acceptable.
Wearing this right now is provocation.
I come here with
provocation for them.
My intention of coming here is to make peace with people. I come here to spread peace and tolerance, and yet still I've been nowhere near as severe as what you've been subject to, but I've been attacked numerous times here. I've been in the police station after being attacked numerous times. I've been to court after being attacked, and I come here and say, like, Jews, Muslims, let's be friends. Jews, Christians, let's be friends. And still with that message, we're still attacked because we're Jewish. I agree with you. It's crazy that happens.
If we sit down, we will have lots of differences. We will be even in a heated debate.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean your wife should be afraid that is my husband going to make it home. or is something happened to my husband, especially at the heart of freedom of speech. Why there are certain people group who are being protected by Mr. Policeman that nothing has happened to them, yet the people group they attacked are the ones who are
police
dealing
are a
with
bit
the
naive,
consequences.
like
The
right
police
here,
have
the
a-
police is super naive, unfortunately.
They
They are
have a
not
terrible
naive.
position. Every time Hatun gets attacked, every time a victim
And
gets
when I
attacked
get
in the park,
arrested.
it's the victim that they remove, and it's because it's easier to remove one person than
the
it is
whole
to
bunch.
control a violent mob.
That's why they called me a person who's doing provocations, because I'm walking with this here. But anyone,
Someone said to you
Why
today.
that is a provocation?
And also the guy that told me that he wants Hitler.
What
too,
what
because
would
he
they say about my T-shirt? Like you can wear whatever you want to wear.
being a Jew is a provocation to so many people. Just being it. So it's,
But nothing personal, sir. Some of your brothers are dimmy at Speaker's Corner. Therefore, you don't want to be dimmy. You have to deal with the consequences of your brothers who are being dimmy here. Here's the example over there.
Can't say who are we looking at?
Can I ask you a question here?
Josh.
In this
Josh
park,
is a young kid. He's an innocent
quite
kid.
often
I like Josh. He's the
I
best kid.
heard a Muslim brethren saying, free the Palestine, free the Palestine. Have you taken their Palestine, or have you taken their land?
He's saying like, did you
As
take
a-
over their
as a
land?
Jew, have you taken their land?
when the
In
Jews
his
came
brother.
back to the land of Palestine, Israel, right? The British controlled there. The British prevented Jews from entering. At some point, the British left, right? And there was a gap. And the Jews who lived there declared the creation of an Israeli state. And the UN involved. They created a separation plan, Resolution 181 of the United Nations. A Jewish state next to an Arab state, not a Palestinian state, because Palestinian nationalism wasn't a thing that time. It was Arab state. And the Arabs denied it, the Jews accepted it, and there was a war that opened. All the Arab armies attacked Israel, the newborn Jewish state. Or ran away from the war, and right now this place is Israel, just like the borders. The Jews came there not in intention to fight anyone, but eventually it happened to be a fight, and we won. I'm not apologetic about winning, because that's the only reason that I'm alive right now, and my family didn't get killed. My family from my mother's side, they never left the land of Israel. They always lived in Tiberias, always. And the only reason for them to survive is not because of their pretty eyes, it's because they fought for their lives. They were forced to try to convert to Islam, also to Christianity in some parts, again to Islam, and they refused. They got what they deserved, quote unquote, and they survived. And my great-grandmother, she passed away 5 years ago, but she also told me about her childhood here, not here, but in Israel, in Tiberias. She grew up, and things sometimes were fine, and sometimes people tried to kill them, but it was normal to them. So like once she's babysitting the neighbor's kids, and another day they're trying to kill her. And it was normal to people, but people deny it. Like when I talk to the other people over there, they're saying, no, we never killed Jews. They have no self-criticism. So we're perfect, nothing happens, and the Jews are blamed for everything. So one of the people there, he's telling me, we want Hitler too, we want this, but we're not anti-Semitic. It's not against you, just we want Hitler too. It's all excuses. Like what me as a Jew can think of, like when people are criticizing Israel, I accept it. I think it's good to criticize a country. No country is perfect. And looking for an image of a perfect country is dumb. It's useless. But there are many things to criticize in order to improve it. But what people are doing is they criticize Israel in a hypocritical way, right? So let's say that you're against genocide, right? There are many genocides happening worldwide every day.
Yeah.
Right now, while we speak, people are being genocided.
Christians in Nigeria.
All Christians, Muslim, Jews.
In Pakistan.
Within the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, Israel killed 34,000 Palestinians since 1948. And Palestinians, they killed 24,000 Israelis. Doesn't sound like an actual genocide to me. But let's compare it to other genocides, for example, like what's happening to Muslims in China, what's happening to Christians in Nigeria. Let's compare it to what's happening to the Rohingya people in Myanmar, right? Or to literally any other genocide on this earth. Anglophone-Francophone conflict in Cameroon. You have so many of them. So let's create a list of the genocides from the hardest to the lowest and condemn each of the countries. And I'll do it with all the love, but they don't do it, right? They talk about human rights violations that Israel is committing. And there are some. Israel is not perfect. But what about the slavery in Libya? Modern slavery, how people are obsessed with the concept of race, black, white. Modern slavery is taking place in Libya right now. Why don't talk about it?
It is $600 to buy a black strong man in Libya. $600.
And in Iran, women are getting hanged for not wearing the hijab. Right? What about freedom of religion? But suddenly Israel is blamed for everything just because this conflict is marketed so well. You look at this conflict, you search it up on social media, and you see so many human rights violations. You see only Israeli-Palestinian cases. You don't see India and Pakistan, right? You don't see Anglophone, Francophone. You don't see Rohingya people. You don't see the Uyghur Muslims in China. You don't see, and there are thousands of more problems in this world. It's all about marketing. So when you market the conflict well, you get more exposure. The headlines, the titles are what matters eventually. Zionists are storming Al-Aqsa. I went once to the Temple Mount, which is the holiest place for my people. Before I entered, the nice police officer in the entry, he told me, you're right, you're going here with a group, you have to remove the Star of David, the Sudra, you have to remove your kippah, you cannot speak Hebrew inside, and that's our holiest place. Holiest place. And you see, again, the Zionists. I do, 100%.
They are the religion of
I do.
pieces.
I'm against the Chinese for killing Muslims.
She's fair, justice, righteous. Why you don't call out people Hatun like that? Why don't call out the Zionists?
Any other social problem doesn't import it, doesn't make any sense to them. My people were killed all over, and for them they just deny it. When Jews got killed in Iraq, they deny it. When Jews got killed in Algeria, they deny it. When Jews got killed in Libya, they deny it. In Yemen, they deny it. All over they deny it. No self-criticism. And it's not a problem with Arabs or with Islam, it's a problem with the extremists who also control this place. From each society, we got extremists. In every society. That's the guy who also called for Hitler too. And that's the guy who literally called for Hitler too. On one hand, he says to me in Arabic, I don't hate you, you're my brother. And on the other hand, we're waiting for Hitler too, he did good things.
I think for me, concerning part is, as you travel to UK, which is identified as United Kingdom or Great Britain, that people are expressing safety concerns for you. That is concerning, and especially it is more concerning someone who lives in Britain, that his family is afraid of his life. Why? Because there are protected groups who cannot control their emotions.
For us as Jews, we have something that's called Journey to Poland. So students in 11th or 12th grade, they're getting an opportunity to travel to Poland, to the concentration camps and death camps, to learn about the Holocaust. Before we fly abroad to this journey to Poland to see the concentration camps, we're being told that we cannot talk in Hebrew everywhere, right? We cannot wear any Jewish signs on us. Nothing, literally nothing Jewish can be exposed. Because if they see that we're Jews, we're getting attacked. You have to go there with many security guards, with Mossad agents surrounding you, just to look at the place which your ancestors were slaughtered. And what they do here is also the same. Look, they try to ignore everything that's happening to us. Any suffering of any other people doesn't count to them. If I'm saying that I'm suffering for them, it makes no sense. They just ignore it. I almost got killed in terrorist attacks, but they don't care. Can you criticize what the Arab countries did to Jews?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Let's try it.
That's a good point.
It's amazing, according to Islam, that see they go with the mindset of or structure of Judaism. Yet in here you get to hear the question of, oh, do you love Jesus? Do you love Jesus? Jewish people need Jesus. Muslim people need Jesus. We all need Jesus, and Jesus is sufficient enough savior for us all. Yet we don't agree with
Jesus is our life. We need Jesus in our life.
We don't agree with that.
الله يا هندي يا ابن الوسخ. الله يا عبد البقرة يا كلب يا ابن الكلب. بويا دونكي.
We don't agree.
Allah.
Sorry? Listen. We don't respect you. Don't expect respect. We can talk, but I don't respect Israel. I don't respect Israel.
This guy, just so you know, is a Sisi fan. If you want to know his
My
background?
business, know your business. Don't get involved in any Middle East politics. Is it your business?
You're coming to
They
the
try to divide
You're
and
talking
conquer
about
between the
our
Arabs.
business. You're talking about our business.
They pushing this
You're talking
agenda
about
against
our
the Sisi.
business.
That's why I said
Egypt-
Sisi is very good
Walid,
and you Zionist.
Egypt has a border with Gaza.
Yeah.
Why don't you open the border?
Yeah, for our security, for our security.
Oh,
Nothing
so
to do
Hamas,
about you.
you're afraid of
No,
Hamas.
because
You're afraid of
you
Hamas.
funded.
You're afraid of Hamas.
No, not Hamas, not Hamas, extremer, ISIS.
You're
No
afraid
Hamas.
of ISIS.
We support
You're
the
afraid
Hamas.
of ISIS.
There are so many Egyptians support the Hamas.
You close the border of
In
Gaza.
our government
You
support the
close
Hamas,
the
but
border of
secretly.
Gaza because
We
you're afraid
support
of
the Hamas, but
ISIS.
secretly.
You close the border. Everybody listen to the Egyptian. They closed the border of Gaza and
ISIS,
blockade
because
Gaza
ISIS, not
because
Hamas.
they're afraid
Okay,
of the
okay,
Palestinian ISIS.
All the people that got injured in Gaza in the last
Walid,
war, they all
Walid,
came to
Aki.
Egypt. We opened the border to them. You killed them. Sana. How come you talking about stuff?
محمد رسول الله وعيسى رسول الله.
Joseph, you killing people, women and the children, and you talking about border closed. You have the audacity to talk about border closed.
Can you please condemn what Iraq did to the Jews?
Sorry?
Can you condemn publicly what Iraq did to the Jews?
Iraq bring you back after the Persian kicked you, they bring you
I'm
back
not,
to Iraq.
No problem, they did nice things also.
So,
Okay,
why you not mention the nice? Why you coming in crying victim and asking me condemn what they did and to talk about what they did? Why you don't talk about how we looked after your synagogues that looked after you? Why you don't mention
how
that?
many synagogues we have now in Jordan?
The oldest synagogue in Egypt still standing till this day.
Answer my question. How many synagogues we have in Jordan?
I don't know.
Zero.
But in Egypt,
Zero.
in Egypt. Well, I'm talking about my country, something I
There are
witnessed
12
with my
Jews
eyes.
in Egypt.
You lying, but
12
I'm talking about
Jews in
stuff I
Egypt.
witnessed. I can
There
confirm
are
it.
12 Jews in Egypt.
Yeah, because they left
Why?
Israel. Is it my problem?
They ran away or
Is it
killed.
you invited them?
Or killed.
No, you invited them. Israel started and had not got any people. You didn't have any people. You was bringing homeless, you was bringing criminals from around the world.
How many Jews were
You
killed?
got the criminals from America, the criminals in Europe, and they bring them to Palestine.
What?
You got all the crackers in Europe and they bring them to Israel to fight.
Why Yemen?
You didn't have any nation.
Why Yemen?
You didn't have any nation. That's why you got all the people from Iraq, from Syria, from Egypt.
That's not all the people. That's
There
our
was no
people.
Israeli nation.
That's our people, the Jewish people.
Ask him why the border's locked from
Yes.
Gaza.
Your people who live in Germany till Hitler kicked you out. Your people who live in
You
Germany.
want the Hitler.
If Hitler didn't kick
want
you
the
out.
Hitler. You want the Hitler. You want
You know what he's saying. You know that
No, he's saying it's what I'm saying.
أقول لك
He's asking you.
بطل تقتل الفلسطينيين.
Stop killing the Palestinians. That's what I'm saying.
الشعب الفلسطيني.
شو عمل هتلر؟
هتلر اسأل نفسك.
عمل
Ask yourself. Ask your granddad. I'm translating.
اسأل جدودك.
This man is old enough. He witnessed the Zionist. He witnessed the war with Israel. He knows that.
And also my grandparents who literally had the family.
Your grandparents are invaders. Your grandparents are invaders.
My
Are
family
thieves.
lives in Israel,
Are
but
thieves.
before the
Your
family moved
ancestors are
there.
thieves.
Yes.
Are criminals.
Yeah.
War criminals.
Yeah.
That's your
Palestinian.
ancestor, man.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be proud of
That's why
that.
you guys were killing my
You
family.
shouldn't be proud of
in
that.
30 years. In 1938.
100%. Forget, listen. Don't think it's these peace deals that happen in the Arab government will take something. Egypt in peace deal with Israel for 42 years. 42 years. And these Egyptians, we
How
don't
many
like
Jews were
it.
killed?
This peace deal doesn't mean shit.
No, we didn't kill no one.
Peace deal doesn't mean shit.
How can you deny it?
Sorry?
How can you deny it?
Deny what?
The fact that they killed Jews in Iraq, in Morocco, in Algeria.
Never happened.
In Egypt.
No.
Never happened.
Never happened.
Never happened.
Never happened.
What do you mean by that?
No, never happened. You
How
got
many
videos.
Jews?
You got
Why-
videos.
Why they are?
In the recent history, you killing. In the
Why
recent history, you killing. You are the terrorist right now. In the recent history, you killing.
How many
In the
Islamic
last
terrorist
100 years, Zionists who killing. No us. No us. You're talking about stuff you saw. What we saw, you who killing. No us. You spreading propaganda. You lying. You are a liar. Yeah, you lying. We watch you. We watch what you're doing there. Leave the dead people in their graves. You didn't leave the dead people now. now in their graves, you're trying to take them out.
Arabs just burned right now in the previous war 13 Jewish cemeteries. Not one, 13 burned. Burned completely. Burned.
We have, even Muslim, we have respect to the dead people.
I have 5 friends who
we
were
have
saved by
respect.
Arabs, by
Even
Muslims.
if we enter the war, we don't harm all the people.
Hitler.
Your country is shit, my G, and we don't like it. We hate it. Your country is shit. We don't like Israel. We don't like Israel. We don't like it. As long as Palestine is not free, we not gonna. It's not عادي. It's not gonna be عادي. Ask your granddad about who we are. No. Ask your granddad about who we are.
Keep shouting.
Ask your granddad about what the Egyptians did to them. We know exactly who you are. You are nothing. All this propaganda. Egyptians knows that you are shit. You're not the strongest army. You are shit. Hamas with some. I don't know how to say it. With rockets that they handmade rockets. They made you crazy.
Rockets.
They made you crazy. They made you living underground.
Let's make a deal.
You know, with just handmade rockets. Imagine if it's an army like Egypt.
Yeah.
We're gonna wipe you.
That's why Egypt, Jordan, Syria,
as long as
Lebanon,
the Palestinian people, as long as you're doing that, no peace till Palestine is free. Till Palestinian people, kids and women are living happy and free.
When was Palestine created?
Ban all our leaders.
When was Palestine created?
Sorry?
When was Palestine created?
When was Palestine created? Before Israel exists.
Before, but what year?
Israel existed 80 years ago.
Nah,
Israel existed 80 years ago, my friend.
The Kingdom of Israel.
Sorry?
Kingdom of Judea.
King of what?
Judea.
King of Judea. He didn't enter Palestine. You were cursed. You didn't enter Palestine. Read your history. You're gonna know.
Really?
You killed the prophet outside Palestine. You didn't claim any kingdom. You killed Shia. Shia. They killed Shia. They killed the prophet Shia outside Palestine. They didn't claim any kingdom. Now they're talking about kingdom. You have no kingdom, my friend. You are a liar. You are a liar.
How?
Because Hitler kicked you out. You are looking for country to claim. That's it. That's it. Because Hitler slapped your ass. That's it. That's what happened.
Hitler killed the Jews in Libya. Hitler killed also Jews in Algeria.
Happened. And we Muslims defended you. We Muslims accepted you. You came refugee full of disease from Germany.
Full of disease.
Your ancestor Hitler was trying experiment with them. We who treated you. We treated you. You came full of escapists. You had escapists coming to us. Wallah, you had escapists. Wallah, he was coming from Germany, have escapists.
Keep screaming, come on.
You know, and the Egyptians and all the Arab opened the houses, showed you the real Islam, opened our doors for you. I have, listen, there is evidence proving that you came in ships, refugee, and we opened our doors for you.
My family lived in Israel.
We treated you nice, and you bited the hands that fed you. You know, you bited the hands that fed you. Sorry? It doesn't matter. You my cousin, my G. Me and you are from the same granddad. I'm Muslim, you are Jew. Me and you are the same because I'm not.
And you're native to Arabia and I'm native to Israel.
Me and you are Semitic people, and I know exactly who you are. You are a liar, manipulator who doesn't have any right to be there.
There isn't right.
Yeah.
In my homeland.
You don't have any right. Your homeland in Germany, Morocco. You stop.
Germany.
Okay. This man, his mother from Iraq. His mother from Iraq. His father from Morocco.
My mother from Israel.
To live in Israel.
So let me finish. Don't lie.
Listen to him. He'll tell you where his family's from.
Funny. My family.
Man, he's a kafir.
My family from my mother's side never left Israel.
Wait. You're a dhimmi. Yeah, you're a dhimmi. Yeah. Who's dhimmi? You're a dhimmi, man. You're a dhimmi. That's why we need jizya, man. One day you're gonna pay jizya whether you like it or not, boy.
Really? You're gonna make me pay jizya?
Well,
wait.
If there is khilafah Islamiyya,
listen, no. My family from my mother's side never left Israel. My family from my mother's side never left Israel. One of the few Jewish families
never lived in Israel.
Never left. The only reason for them to remain there is because they knew how to fight. They didn't fail and convert to Islam like many others who couldn't handle it, or convert to Christianity. They survived. They fought for the right to live in their homeland, and they survived.
Hold it, Joe. Hold it.
Where's my money, bro? I don't owe nobody. It's nothing of interest. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to assist my colleague. I have no idea what's going on. Tell the Uyghurs who we are
What's that all about?
Suck out, bro. Suck your mother. Go suck your mother. Go suck your mother. You're a pussy, Why are you talking? Why are you talking? You're a pussy, bro. You're a pussy, Why are you talking? Hey, this is the real. How many people can tell the difference between a real diamond and a piece of glass? Not a lot of people. But when you see somebody stand here and expose the truth and expose the liars and hypocrites, you can just tell that somebody's real. And you got all the haters who are envious, the followers of the devil. They are envious of the real people. They are envious because they're fake, because they don't follow. They love the killers. They love the enemies in Islam. They love enemies of Allah. All they do is shout dumb comments. They got nothing to do, nothing to say. I don't come near me. Suck out, suck out, suck out. Look at them. Look at the fake people. Look at the fake people. Just look at the fake people. Just look at the fake people. Look at them. They're attacking me. I'm speaking. I'm being attacked. Look, as we just witnessed, everything is reoccurrence. Everything is a reoccurrence. I almost just got attacked by some dumb idiot Sunni, yeah? They see a Shia, and this is how they behave. Look, these people, yeah, they are Shia phobes. They hate real Muslims. They are envious of the real Muslims. This is the type of people I expose. That's why they're haters. Look at them. Look at the envy. Look at the devil in their souls. Look at the devil in their speech. Look at them. Look at how much hatred they got. Just look at the envious. Look at the followers of the devil. Look at the followers of Shaitan. Look at how envious these people are. Look at how much hatred they got. These are the ignorance. These people are so ignorant, and I expose them all the time. They are ignorant, and the ignorant go to hell. The hypocrites and liars go to hell. They're thieves. These people. This guy is a hypocrite. This guy is the biggest hypocrite. This guy is the biggest hypocrite. Let me expose this guy. Let me expose this hypocrite. Let me expose this hypocrite. Let me expose this hypocrite. He's got nothing to say. He's got nothing to say.
Where is the religion of peace?
Hold on. What do you know? Listen, hold on. Look, now I'm going to explain. Now I'm going to explain. Now I'm going to explain.
Where's the peace?
Before Islam, hold on, I'm speaking. Hold on. You don't know what the meaning of Muslim is. You don't know. No. Please, look. I got asked a question. I'm going to answer his question. Before the, look, they're so rude. These people are so rude, they don't let anyone speak. Yeah? Look at how rude they are. Yeah? I'm trying to explain to this brother, yeah, that it's not called religion of peace. It was the religion of peace before Islam. Islam means just peace. Yeah? Religion of peace is every religion before the religion of Islam. Just before the religion was completed, it was called religion of peace. Yeah? Any other religion is called religion of peace. But now what we have, yeah, Islam is the only religion. The other religions, the correct sect, in every religion there was one group of followers who are, even they weren't allowed to call themselves followers. Yeah? Those group of people, they followed each prophet one after the other. When they followed the teaching, huh? You mean the Hebrew prophets? Not just Hebrew prophets. Yeah, but generally it was all prophets sent to the Hebrew to bring them to the path. Well done. You pointed out as a good thing. The Hebrews were told you're supposed to follow the teaching of each prophet from one to the next. Signs were there. Even I can show in the Bible, in the Torah, the name of Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his family, the name of his grandchildren, the name of Fatima, the name of Hassan Hussein, and I can show you signs of the coming of the final savior, Mahdi, and how he will be born, and how God will take him, yeah, and keep him hidden. So we have all of this stuff, but some people choose not to follow, just like we have these who come here, who we continuously expose. Like I was explaining, Islam is the only religion, yeah, and it's the only sect in Islam, in the world, the only sect in Islam that's upon the truth, who expose. This is the beauty of Islam. You have any religion, you have the good and the bad at the same time. Islam is the only religion that still has the good in them, because those people who followed the previous prophets, they converted into the next day when the next prophet, which they had signs of, when that prophet came, this is how rude Sunnis are. This is how they are. They don't like being exposed. They have no morals. They are sons of bitches, liars, and bastards. They are bastards. No. These are technical terms in religion. Bastardism, yeah? When somebody's a bastard, that means their family, their ancestors never followed the right way. Nothing they do. These are technical terms.
Are you authorized to call other people those names?
This is what I'm trying to tell you. We are the only people, yeah? We are the only people. I follow the religion properly.
I heard you.
Yeah?
Are you authorized to offend other people
I'm not
in your
offended.
sect?
I'm not offended.
You're offending others.
Listen to me now. This is Islam, yeah? Islam tells that a person oppressing somebody is obviously a sinner. If you oppress somebody, yeah, like these bastards, they're trying to oppress me, they are bastards. They are sons of bitches because they're bastards. This is simple fact. This is religious. It's not a swear word. This is simple fact. Now, what I'm trying to explain, yeah, Islam is a religion. We have the good and we have the bad. You learn who to follow and who not to follow, who to be like and who not to be like, yeah? So as I was explaining, yeah, the person who's oppressing, La'natullah Omar, La'natullah Aisha, La'natullah Hafsa. Anyway, this is how you have to answer. I cannot let people oppress me. I'm not allowed to let people oppress me. I don't let people oppress me.
Can I ask you something?
It goes back on you. It goes back on you, you bastard.
Can I ask you something?
Yes, of course. You've been asking me questions. Please stop touching me. Please stop touching me. Please stop touching me. Stop touching me. La'natullah Omar. La'natullah Abu Bakr. La'natullah Osman. These are the enemies in Islam. They are the people who killed the Prophet, who poisoned him, and usurped his family rights. Usurped all of his family rights. Yes, of course. La'natullah Omar. La'natullah Aisha. I'm listening to you. La'natullah Hafsa. La'natullah Abu Bakr. La'natullah Muawiyah. Keep provoking me, you son of a bitch bastard. Hey, you go suck your mum's tits. That's your religion. Hey, their religion tells us. I'm telling them about their religion. Of course, you've been asking me questions. I'm listening to you.
So when you talk like this to them, does it make you exactly like them?
No. Look, no, it doesn't.
No, it's worse because they never ask.
Are you trying to judge me?
No.
Okay, you're asking, but
there's no judgment.
He swear all the Prophet family. Look, no one of them swear the Prophet family. Only you. I can hear
Prophet
them.
family?
Yeah, when you
the
say
Prophet's family is his daughter, his son-in-law, and his children. They just try to, they're just a bunch of liars. They're a bunch of liars. They respect the killers of the Prophet. They respect the people who poisoned him and killed him and usurped his family right. The same cowards who ran away every time in battle and left the Prophet to die. The same people who these people love, who these cowards love, they're the same cowards who ran away every time in battle. They're the same cowards who changed the religion of Islam. They're the same cowards who done everything against the Quran and everything against the religion. They're the same cowards. You cannot, look, as I explained, we have the good and bad. bad in religion. Islam is the only religion that has the perfect example of the good and bad. The rest of the religions, they don't have the example of the good because those followers, they converted into the next religion and they became followers of the next prophet. Islam is the final revelation. There's no more revelations after
Can I ask
Islam.
you last question?
Yes. I have to
Do you
continue
think,
to repeat
and then
stuff.
maybe other people, I don't repeat myself.
No, no, I don't like to as well.
It's the last question, and then
Sure.
other people may ask.
Sure.
Do you think...
Are you going to let me answer afterwards?
No, yes, of course.
Are you not going to look at other people and expect
I
them to
don't.
answer?
I
You're
don't.
asking me.
I
Last
don't
time you
look at
asked the
other
question,
that your conduct would be approved by your prophet? Do you think he'll be proud of you?
100%. Why? Listen to me. If somebody's oppressing you, like I'm explaining again for him because he wasn't listening the first time.
You are still Muslim?
You have the same sin as them. I'm not allowing somebody to oppress me. I stand up and I expose these cowards. Look at them. They are followers of the devil. They have no control over themselves. These people submit to the devil. Look at them. They cannot shut up. They cannot have a civilized discussion. They are not civilized. Look, this is how I expose them. This is how I expose them. Come and talk. Look at how much of a coward he is. Come in the middle. Let me expose you. Let me expose you, you bastard. Let me expose you, you bastard. You're a bastard. He's a bastard. Bastard is a religious term. It's not a swear word. I'm not saying anything bad. Hey, what else is under? What else is under? Stop thinking all of that. These people have no respect. They have... You're a follower of the devil. You cannot even control yourself. You let jinns and the devil control you. You're being controlled by the devil. It's exposure. Look at how many people are controlling themselves and look at what people are letting the devil control them. They are being controlled by the devil. They are followers of the devil.
Big T.
They are evil people.
Big
They
T.
don't like being exposed. They don't like people who speak the truth. All they do is hate. They are envious. That's why they're followers of the devil. These are the traits of the devil. They are haters. They are envious people. They are racist people. When they lose, they can't take it.
Big T.
They want to bargain.
Wait.
They want to make some sort of a deal.
Good afternoon, sir.
Have some respect, man.
Wendell
Old man, have some respect. Wait, he was asking me a question first. You've been standing here, you haven't asked a respectful question. You keep trying to pull me away from my discussion. You keep trying to interrupt me. You keep trying to... No. I want to ask you. Wait.
Big T, good afternoon. Wendell Daniel from StreetMic. One question. You seem to be on form today.
I'm always on form.
What fired you up?
Huh?
What has fired you up?
When people try to attack me, yeah, for no reason, when I'm just standing there minding my own business, yeah, that's what makes me retaliate in the same way and form that they try to do to me. So like I said, you're not allowed to let somebody oppress you, yeah? So I stand up, yeah, and I defend myself when people are trying to oppress me, yeah? This is the only reason. You see me any other time, I'm speaking humbly, I'm speaking calmly, and I'm explaining. But when this sort of thing happens, I do my duty as a follower of the religion. I expose the hypocrites. We are the only people, like I continuously have to repeat, but it's fine. Many people didn't hear it, so I'll repeat it again. Islam and Shiism is the only religion and the only sect who have the good still in them. The other religions, those people who are called the followers of that religion, they became followers of the next prophet who they were told to follow. So Islam is the final revelation. We are the final people. We are the only people who are good in the religion. We don't have hypocrisy in us. We follow those who were told for us to follow, who were chosen by God from the beginning, and the signs are plenty. So we follow those successes, those prophets who were chosen by God. And we can show, we can see, every time you see a video, you have the hypocrites against those who speak the truth. You have the haters, followers of the devil. We have two followers. These are the envious bastards who keep shouting out comments. They haven't got the guts to face someone, they just stand in the back and act like the sons of bitches that they are, and they are cowards, and they cannot face the truth. They are bastards. They are bastards who are cowards. They are cowards. They will never face. They come here because there's cameras, because there are people. They feel it in them to be provoked, be tickled by the devil, and the devil is in them. You can see in the videos that these people are possessed by the devil. They cannot, look at them, they cannot even control themselves. They are a bunch of monkeys who just copy what other people do. They cannot think for themselves, they cannot talk for themselves, so they let the devil control them, and they let the devil tell them what to say. And this is exposure at its finest, and we show people this is what you're supposed to be. People look at me and they see that this is true. This is like a real diamond standing here. You got fake people who are glass. The people who try to sell you glass as diamond. They will try to sell you fake goods, fake iPhones, fake goods, and try to tell you that it's the real deal. But it's not. They're a bunch of fake people. They're preaching of the religion. They call it dawah. This bastard has nothing better to do in his life than to suck my ass. All he does is try to stick his head up me on my ass. This guy, he just came up from behind me. He just came up from behind me and he tried to stick his head up my ass. He's got nothing to say but than to talk about me. He's got nothing real to say. He cannot talk for more than 8 seconds about anything else other than me. You're a coward, you're a bastard, you're a hater, you're envious, and you're full of shit. No one cares about you. Look, this is what you call an attention seeker. He's come here for attention. He's come here to be on camera. He's come here to hate. This is what the words you hear out of his mouth are the words that he emphasizes on. The words that he emphasizes on is hate. He's here just to hate on me. He's got nothing better to do than to hate on me. He's got nothing better to do than to hate on me. All he's here to do is chat a bunch of shit and get video recorded and get on camera and hate on me. This is all he does because he's got nothing better to do. This is the son of a bitch that does not leave my ass alone. He licks my ass, he sticks his head up my ass, he's trying to get his head up my ass. He's got his head so far up my ass. This is the son of a bitch bastard that got nothing better to do. Hey, get your head out of my ass!
That's all you can hear.
Get your head out of my ass!
Is one of abuse.
Get your head out of my ass!
So do not give him
Get your head out of my ass!
Never come here.
Get your head out of my ass!
Never come here to give him abuse.
Why are you picking on me?
Never give this man abuse.
I got the camera down. I am down. This is me down.
How empty this man is.
This is not helping.
He comes here.
This is not helping. They're trying to get me to be quiet. They just want me to stay quiet. This is how they do it. This is how they do it. All they try to do is try to get me to be quiet. And they will never succeed. Look at them. Get your head out of my ass!
That's the reason why he comes to this.
Get your head out of my ass!
Is to abuse.
Get your head out of my
What
ass!
he cannot do.
This guy's got his head up my ass! Get your head out of my ass! He doesn't listen. He cannot hear. He's an ignorant bastard. Get away from me. Get away from me, you jahil. You're a jahil. You're a jahil. You're a munafiq. You're a kadhab. Get away from me. Khomeini, fuck you in your ass. Fuck Omar. Fuck Abu Bakr. Fuck Aisha. Fuck Hafsa. Fuck Muawiyah. La'natullah Muawiyah. La'natullah Abu Bakr. La'natullah Osman. This is it. Look at them. Bunch of people. Bunch of hypocrites. Please, please, gaze upon the hypocrites and liars. Gaze upon the ignorance. Gaze upon the ignorant. This guy is an ignorant. Lanatullah Omar. Lanatullah Abu Bakr. Lanatullah. Move away from me. Move away from me. Move away from me. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
You are scared of me.
We're gonna move away from this bastard.
You are scared of me. You are scared of me. He's a Khomeini. He's a
You're a
Khomeini.
fat piece of shit. Why would I be scared of a fat
Khomeini.
piece of shit?
Khomeini.
I do fat pieces of shit every day. I do fat pieces of shit. I look at your face. I look at Omar every time I gaze up in the toilet to see what kind of shit I've taken. Suck your mum. Go suck the titties of your mother. لعنة Omar. لعنة Abu Bakr.
هاي تربية خميني. هذه تربية خميني. ضربوه.
Stop. You just attacked me.
Stop.
Hey, go suck. Kossa madaret. Kossa bibit. Kossa bibit.
Do not abuse this man. Do not abuse this man. He comes here just
He just assaulted me in front of camera. I'm with you. I'm with you. Lanatullah Omar. Lanatullah Abu Bakr. Get these away, get these people away from me. Leave them alone.
Give him some room. We are speaking with him. We are speaking, okay? Keep yourself to yourself, get on with your debate.
Listen to the police. The police are saying take a step back. Listen to the police. Big T got what he wanted. He found an idiot to hit him. That's why Big T comes to this park.
You see the way he's talking. He was looking for a problem. He was looking for fight. The way he's insulting, he's not debating, he's just shouting, insulting.
That's because he's never experienced a proper relationship in his whole life. His understanding of this world is one of abuse and hatred. That's what he grew up with. That was his heritage. That is his inheritance. He can only cause abuse and attack. That's his only contribution to Speaker's Corner. He must be temporarily banned because he is literally destroying Speaker's Corner. He's making it a joke. He's making it a joke. And it reflects on everybody who comes here. But the only people who get abused here are Big T and Hatun. And why are they the only people abused here? Because they will attack people until they are attacked. I am, yes, saying that words are real and solid. And yes, we should never be hurt by actions of others. But Hatun and Big T come here to look for abuse and to be abused. Temporary ban for Big T. He does not honour what Speaker's Corner is. He mocks what we all come here for. He mocks everyone. That shouldn't be allowed. He should understand that Speaker's Corner is wonderful and great, not just a place where he can abuse people, exactly like Hatun does. Both of those people, Hatun and Big T, are exactly the same person, by the way. They understand life can only amount to more hatred and war and violence. Therefore, they pursue violence and hatred and war to the ends of the world. And that's all they can ever do. Any questions? There you go. A temporary ban for Big T. He must have a temporary ban.
That's the way that I'm a Republican. I like the word republic. Great Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. And every black man who votes for Donald Trump is following in the footsteps. By voting Republican.
Took them over there. No.
With him. Satan sits on the male member of the man, and if he does not say Bismillah, Satan has sex with his wife, with him, and he does certain things into her private part, like the man does. And then it goes on while you put your thinking face, it goes on, and then it says, a man said to Ibn Abbas, my wife, Boko, and in her private part was a flame of fire. He said, that is from the jinn. Intercourse. Because jinn had a sex with the wife, therefore there is a flame of fire in her private part. Do you seriously believe this is what your prophet passed it generation to generation?
I don't know the it's the ayat. It is the ayat.
Surah 17 verse 64.
Yes, 17. I will look at it. I will read it. When I go because
Oh, you will read it when you get home.
17.
1764.
No. Next time I need to read properly. I need to because my English is not very well. I cannot understand. It's Arabic also.
You are hiding behind English. You are hiding behind Arabic. But basic question is, do you believe? Do you think is it all right when your father forgets to say Bismillah? Satan is simply raping your mother.
No, I don't know.
With your father. That's not funny.
I don't know this subject. I need to read it. What the alim says about it. Things.
If it is true, and if the alims or the scholars are agreeing with the tafsir, okay, how does it make you feel knowing when your father forgets to say Bismillah, Satan alongside of your husband is having sex with your mother?
I don't know this subject very well. No.
You don't know the subject very well. So what do you need to know? What do you need to know to say, yeah, that makes sense or that doesn't make sense? Do you think when your father forgets to say Bismillah, your father and with your mom, and then someone is seeing the physical evidence of that by in her private part, flame of fire.
Yeah, this is the thing. Do you believe that Christian people?
I like your uniform.
I'm not asking about the Christian people. I am asking. Can you please make sense of this to me?
Some of the things cannot be proven.
In here, a man is seeing physical flame of fire in woman's private part. So man wake up in the morning, check the woman's private part, and then saw flames of fire. People checked it and then they passed it around according to your tradition.
You cannot prove the opposite, and I cannot.
I'm not here to prove opposite. According to your Islamic scholars, this is your tafsir. 11th century tafsir is saying this.
You see, what the tafsir means, I need to look at it properly. But
okay, check that. That's your homework. Check it. Let me ask you another question. Let me ask you another question. Do you believe Allah has a golden bed?
What? What is it?
Bed. You know that bed when you go and sleep at night?
No, Allah,
do you believe?
Allah
Allah has a golden bed?
Allah doesn't need that.
Allah doesn't need a bed?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't need.
Are you sure?
Yeah. He doesn't need anything.
Okay. Let's see if your sources are agreeing with you.
Jinn, we believe I believe 100% there is jinn, not human.
I believe on that as well. Muhammad was under the spell of those jinns. Muhammad had lots of experiences with these jinns. I am not asking about that. I simply ask you, do you believe, does Allah have a bed? You said you don't.
No, he doesn't need.
He doesn't need a bed.
No.
Because he's got throne. He sits on his throne. Why Allah doesn't need a bed?
No, he doesn't need to sleep. He is not human. He doesn't need.
Okay, so human needs a bed. Human needs a bed. Allah is a God. Allah doesn't need a bed. Correct?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't need anything.
If your prophet says,
Yeah.
your prophet sees Allah's bed, do you think your prophet is lying?
It's a kind of thing. What is the called? Literature thing. There is a thing there. Allah's hand upon their hand means it doesn't mean Allah has got.
I'm not asking.
No,
Listen. I'm not asking about Allah's shin. I'm not asking about Allah's hand.
Yeah.
I'm not asking about Allah's womb. Right now, I am asking about Allah's sleeping conditions. Because having good night's sleep is very, very important. Okay? Hey, listen, John, listen. Having good night's sleep is very, very important. And it is very important that you know people are sleeping comfortably, okay? According to your prophet, not me, according to your prophet, your God has a bed and his bed is golden with the silks, okay? I read it to you.
No, he doesn't need that. Anything.
So Muhammad is lying.
I don't know. This hadith, some of the hadiths is people saying is the this weak hadith, strong hadith, 100% is.
People are saying lots of things. I am not asking about the people. I am asking about Muhammad.
Yeah,
Muhammad is just not anyone. Muhammad is your prophet, whom apparently walking. So, according to your prophet, Allah has this big golden bed with the silks on it, and you said Allah doesn't need those things. I'll read it to you, and then when you meet Muhammad face to face, you can punch him on the face if you want it, okay? So this is Miraj, okay?
Miraj.
Story of Miraj.
Miraj.
Okay? So Muhammad said, Jibreel took me until he reached the great veil at almost boundary. Gabriel said, go forward, Muhammad. He said, so I went forward until I reached a bed of gold. On it was a bedding from the silk of paradise. So Muhammad is going, and then suddenly now Muhammad is just where Allah's bed is, and Allah's bed is a golden with the silk beddings on it.
It says heaven, in the heaven, the bed in the heaven means.
Yeah, Allah's bed is in paradise, and then it's from the silk, but his bed is gold.
No, it says they make bed in the paradise for the people.
Oh, okay, so you've got beds in paradise for people.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if that's what Muhammad is gonna say.
Nice. Go ahead.
Let's see if that's what Muhammad assumed, because it doesn't look like Muhammad is assumed, because right now Muhammad is about to approach Allah, okay? He can't. Gabriel says, you move forward. He goes forward and stops when he sees this golden bed with the silk beddings on it, which Muhammad is going to identify that is belong to Allah. Listen very carefully. So I went forward until I reached a bed of gold. On it was a bedding from a silk of paradise. So Gabriel called out from behind me, "Oh Muhammad, indeed, Allah praises you." So Allah is in paradise in his this comfortable gold bed with the silk beddings in it, and what Allah does is Allah is praising Muhammad versus all praises supposed to be belong to Allah, but your Allah is praising a man. That should freak you out at this stage. So I listen. So sorry. Oh Muhammad, indeed, Allah praises you. So I listened and obeyed, and let not his speech frighten you. So I began to praise Allah, may he be exalted. And in that place is the light where the scratching sound of pants is heard. Also the throne and the flapping of the wings on the vision that the hearing of the speech. And in the narration, that when Jibreel stood, Muhammad said to him, in such a place, does a friend leave his friend? Jibreel said, if I trespass, I will be burned with fire. So Jibreel cannot go, but Muhammad is able to approach that. Why? Because Allah is already praising a man while he's on his golden bed with a silk bedding on it. It makes sense that Allah sleeps very comfortably. Not sure about the silk bed though. If I trespass, I would be burned with fire. So the Prophet said to him, oh Jibreel, do you have a request for your Lord? He said, oh Muhammad, ask the exalted for me to spread my wings on the Sirat bridge for your ummah to cross over. When you walk through that Sirat bridge, okay, Sirat Köprüsü, Jibreel is, it's not funny, Jibreel is going to spread his wings for Muslims to walk through. Muhammad said, then he threw me into the light, thereby making me penetrate 7,000 veils. None of those veils resemble to another. With the width of each veil was 500 years. And all my senses were detached from me. So then I left desolate. So then a caller called with the language of Abu Bakr, saying, stop, indeed, your Lord is praying. So it's not only Allah was praising the Muhammad, now Allah is praying in heaven, in paradise, where there is gold bed with the silk bedding there, okay? Where Allah is praying. So while I was contending this meaning in the presence of Abu Bakr in that place and about the prayer of my Lord, so I said, did Abu Bakr reach here before me? Muhammad is praying before me.
Where's back? We're going to have to go back into where? On the front. Help yourself. I'm really trying.
Who's the state? I'm going to chop your heads off. Inshallah. Your hard off.
He was only two.
Another person is getting spotted up in the park. You see the incident. So the white is getting kicked out of the car.
Are you ready?
Now in John
chapter 1.
No more Israel.
No. Some of the things is kind of telling, literature style, the explanation style, saying.
So what is the explanation for the bed and silk beddings? And Allah is praising to Muhammad as well as Allah is praying. What is the explanation?
I don't know, but my English is not enough, the knowledge is not enough. I need to know the properly. I don't know this. I cannot explain this about.
Okay, this is the second one you cannot explain. Let me ask you another question. Did angels rape your prophet?
Angels?
Did angels rape Muhammad? Rape. Did angels rape Muhammad?
No.
No? How do you know?
Huh?
How do you know?
Big T! Come. Stay there.
Look at the hypocrites in life.
Hold on.
Look at the ignorant following. They got their heads so far.
Big T. So how are you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling great. Lovely. We got more hypocrites, more cowards who hit and run.
Can you describe to me what happened earlier on?
Simple. Again, same thing. I got sucker punched by cowards who hit and run. They can't do anything but hit and run. Bunch of cowards. Again, same thing. I come here to expose these hypocrites, expose these liars. Hey, your mum got banged. Your mum got banged. Your mum got banged. Your mum is the one that got banged. You're a coward. You're a pussy, bro. You're a pussy. Look at him. He's smiling. Hey, go suck out, man. Go suck your mother. Go suck your mother, man. La'natullah Umar. La'natullah Abu Bakr. La'natullah Muawiyah. La'natullah Aisha. La'natullah. They think it's still Halloween. They think it's Halloween. They think it's still Halloween. They are possessed by the devil. I don't be mentioning. They are the same people who are possessed by the devil. They are possessed. They think it's Halloween. They think it's Halloween still.
Big T. Sir, Big T, a question. Big T, look in the camera.
Hey, Big T, you big pussy.
Why?
Big T.
Can I answer your question, Big T?
Suck Aisha's mom. Suck Sahak. Suck Sahak. Go suck Aisha's dick. Yes, my brother.
Hey, Big T, final question. You're surrounded by about 100 people, yeah? Do you think they are laughing at what you're saying or laughing with you?
They love me and they respect me. They fear me and they envy me. This is the truth. They love me. This is how they love me. This is how they love me. They love me because I expose the hypocrites. They love me because I expose Omar La'natullah. They expose me. No, this is it. This is it. They envy me. They can't even listen, but they know. They know. They don't have the guts to do what I do. They are cowards. Bunch of cowards who, when they see real, they just want to be me. They want to talk like me, walk like me, act like me, be me. They want to dress like me. They want to expose the hypocrites like me. But they can't. They can't because they don't want to follow. They don't want to become followers. They don't want to become Shia. Yeah? Shias are the only followers. They are followers of the devil. They are not followers of Allah and His chosen ones. They are followers of the devil. They are followers and lovers of the devil. They let the devil control them. They are possessed by the devil.
Who banged you
they
in the
are.
face? Who banged you in the face?
No.
Don't mock it. Do
Go
not
suck out.
accuse or mock
Go
it.
suck out.
That's what
Suck
it
out.
means.
Suck out.
It's only-
Go suck your mum.
relationship he has with this world is one of abuse and hate.
We'll learn some English. We'll learn some English. This is England. The youth. This is England. The youth. The youth. You are the youth.
Respect and
We believe in spirit. We believe in spirit. How are you? Alhamdulillah. What? They want me to be quiet. And they also want me to, look, they want me to expose the truth. Look, I don't care. No. I'm laughing at them. And when I laugh, it reaches the high heavens.
This is not the menace
I
of
need to
Islam.
go trick-or-treating with this guy. Next Halloween, find this guy and go trick-or-treating with him. Because he's got a nice laugh. Go trick-or-treating. Go trick-or-treating with Omar La'natullah. Omar La'natullah. You will, listen. You are going to hell. You're going to be in hell. Your wish has been, come on, your wish has been granted. Your wish has been granted. You turned your back. You turned your back on the truth. You turned your back on the religion. You even turned your back on your family. Guys, don't think some way. Anything I say, I'm just repeating myself. If anyone wanted to hear, if anyone wanted to listen, they would have heard it the first time.
Revelation تستقبل بالكويس.
يسب الصحابة الكافر.
Where's Ahmed?
No, my guy's not here.
And my other coming over there.
Good evening all. Let me put my headphone on. Good evening all. I'll need to turn it up. Good evening all. We're now coming to the end of this live stream down here at Speaker's Corner, and it has been a very eventful day where we've seen lots of debates, and it's all ended with a gentleman by the name of Mr. T, he being punched in the mouth by an assailant, and the person then ran off, and I've got that all on this live stream, so I've no doubt when I get home I'll be reviewing that. But what is so amazing for me is that I have got to know Big T, and it does concern me in regards to what I am seeing him doing and saying down here. It's as if he's immune to insulting people, and that is not what Speaker's Corner is all about. It's all about coming down here and having an intellectual debate and engaging people on matters of mutual interest, and you allow them to counter what you're saying with evidence. But when you're calling people all kind of names and saying suck your mothers, this, that and the other, that is not what debate is all about. And I'm going to be having a word with Mr. T, because the way things are developing down here, it does concern me. But it has been a long day for me. It started at 6:30 this morning when I attended down at Whitehall and the Remembrance Day service. I was down there, I saw the royal family, dignitaries, all previous prime ministers, and we saw thousands and thousands of people marching past the cenotaph. And that was great to see that. The Queen, unfortunately, wasn't there today, and she passed on her apologies allegedly. She's injured her back or strained her back. And I have my own views on what's happening there. I personally believe that the country is being prepared for something big. And I honestly believe that is what's happening with the excuses we are getting. So I personally believe that the country is being prepared for something big. I'm now going to be signing off, but my name is Wendell Daniel from StreetMic, and don't forget, if you like what you're seeing, give me a thumbs up, make your comments down below, share and follow, because what we do best, we go onto the streets of London, we meet interesting people, and we have an engaging conversation with them about any topic. You can follow me on Facebook Podcast, StreetMic Podcast. You can also follow me on YouTube on StreetMic LiveStream. You can also follow me on Vimeo, which is a private network. And on Vimeo is where I do most of my live streaming. I don't do events like this. I do private paid events on Vimeo, and it's mainly funerals, weddings, parties. And I've got a funeral coming up in a couple of weeks' time, and literally thousands and thousands of people are likely to be attending that funeral, and it will be live streamed on Vimeo. It will most probably be on Facebook and also on YouTube, because it's going to be big. And I am signing off for now, but don't forget, give me a thumbs up, make your comments down below, share and follow. Follow me on StreetMic LiveStream on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook and StreetMic Podcasts. Follow me on Vimeo. I'm also on Instagram. And I hopefully will be back next week, God willing. And I've enjoyed being down here because so much activities are taking place. And I was criticised for video titles I did last week, but those titles accurately reflect what I observed. And I've no doubt the attack on Big T today, that's going to be interesting when I review that footage and when I upload that footage. And I've also interviewed him. But thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.
حبيبي